everybody. Welcome to If These Walls Could Talk. I'm sorry. I need to focus because, my guest I'm very excited about having on today. I've known this person from New York nightlife for forever. He is so much fun. But before we get into our guest today, hi. I'm Wendy Stuart. Tym Moss, of course, is traveling with Icovelli for 50 Shades of Grey. That was a faux pas. 50 Shades of Gay, which they are performing in Atlanta. So I'm here by my lonesome, but you're all going to keep me company, aren't you? Don't cry for me, Argentina. Anyway, I'm going to readjust my screen here. There we go. We like that a little better. So I went to a marvelous event last night. The City Council LGBTQ division throws this wonderful proclamation award ceremony and celebrates the LGBTQIA plus, got them all right that time, community in New York. And besides being very well attended by your council people and politicians, we get everybody from the 5 boroughs that is working in making things better. And I don't have to tell all of you right now, that has become a really huge challenge. So last night was about giving out awards to those people that, spend their time working to make New York a better place. And I have to say, I sat there and I thought to myself, my gosh, I'm so lucky that I live in New York. And so was everybody there. It was really, really quite something. And it was inspiring because, you go on the news or you get the news in your phone and you read all this stuff and it makes you think, why do I bother getting out of bed today? But when you see the young people and the people that are trying to make things happen, the city council that has earmarked money for LGBTQ medical things, okay? Julie Menon, our council person, I had no idea she was so involved in the LGBTQ community. She certainly is, and she gets out there and fights. So yeah, it was a learning lesson for me too. Now, speaking of me, right, because it's all about me, I'm very excited that this Saturday I'm getting a wonderful award from Catskill Pride for activist, which if you know me, yeah, it's 50 years into activism. That's a really long time, right? And I never stopped. So it's just fun. They're having a big gala. It's Catskill Pride. It's at the Eldridge Lodge in Eldridge. I'm calling it Eldridge, but I think it's Eldred. Shows how much I know. But a lot of my friends are coming to support. And, it's nice when people sometimes look at you and say, hey, I know who you are and I know what you do. Because a lot of the time people look at me and say, who the hell are you? Anyway, very, very fun guest today. Okay. He's currently the master of ceremonies in a hot show called Masquerade, which I'm excited for him to talk about. And he's not a person to let a parade pass him by. That was a joke on my part. You'll know him from Dance Parade. You'll know him from the Halloween Parade. You'll know him from the Mermaid Parade. I personally get to do the Easter Parade with him every year. I know that's not an official parade, but you know what? You can make a parade anywhere. And he's also, I'm going into my cell mode. He's also available to MC because that's what he does great besides being an amazing actor in TV, film, and theater. He's a great MC. He's available to MC your bar mitzvah, your corporate party, your fundraiser. And he even told me that he will put a parade in your backyard. I really kind of like that. I haven't quite figured out how that works. But without further ado, please welcome the one and only Christopher Hardwick. There you go.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Oh my God. This is like so that was like such a nice big hello. How are you?
I'm good, Wendy. Good to see you. You look well.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I'm looking well. Wait, I have to match colors. I wore colors today because I knew I was going to be here with Christopher. He's a very colorful person. Every time I see you, you're in a well, you work with Costume Cult, that group Costume Cult.
Yeah,
right?
It's a Burning Man group
they're
that
Burning,
I work with.
I have to say, shout out to them. When I met Christopher at some event, we didn't know each other very well. Maybe it was a few years ago. He said, oh, you like to do costumes, you should join Costume Cult. And, I went on their Instagram page. I was completely intimidated. We are talking hardcore. And even with this guy, hardcore.
Yeah.
The costumes have headpieces, devil horns, all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, gold makeup all over your body.
Yeah, we just did an event this past Saturday called the Black and Light Ball.
You did,
yes,
right? I saw
and
that.
It was at $3 bill, a queer space in Brooklyn,
Yes,
and we filled the place with costume people to the nines. Everybody was day glow.
I saw, and everybody did day glow.
Everybody did their makeup. Everybody came dressed. It was phenomenal. I am seated at midnight at all my events. I do a fashion show.
You do a fashion show, yeah.
I do a interactive, participatory runway
with
situation.
the audience. It's interactive with the audience,
and then we earmark someone that will get a prize that will get free admission to the next event.
Oh my, that's so cool. Now I did see that you did this. It's called the Black and Red Ball, Black and White Ball, Black and Light
Ball.
Thank you. I was close, but no cigar.
So we took Truman Capote's idea from the Black and White Ball.
Got it.
And we decided to do a Black and Light Ball, thinking we were just going to wear tuxedos and have our white shirts pop.
Right.
And the women would wear some accent that would make it pop.
Sure.
It started like that, but it took a mind all of its own, and it's like cyberpunk outlandish, and we did a Star Wars theme to make it even.
You did do a Star. Yeah. I saw that. But how do you put the day glow on the costume? I looked at the whole thing. I'm like, how do people do this?
A lot of people go buy fabric paint that is day glow, and then they adhere it, and they they make it themselves. They buy the day glow makeup and intricately put it on. We have 3 makeup artists available at the event.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
So you could come without anything on, and they'll fix you?
Yeah.
Aha. You know what? Now I might not be too intimidated to go. There's a reason I'm asking all of this.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do people, they're so fierce. How do they do this?
Yeah. So some people do not cheat, but they, have the help of a makeup artist, helping them out. So don't be intimidated.
Don't be intimidated. So there's if I did horns or a elaborate headpiece, I could just buy day glow paint and spray it.
Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with our other event called Horned Ball.
Right. Now
everybody must come in with horns on their head.
Right.
And if you don't have horns on your head, we direct you to a table right after the check-in booth to buy your horns.
How much do the horns sell for?
Oh, anywhere from $5 to $25.
Okay, this is getting better and better, because I have to tell you, there's people like me that would totally go, but if I'm out of my comfort zone, if I don't get the drift of what's happening, if I look at the people and think, oh my God, they're so brilliant, I could never do that. But now you've given me a how-to. Yeah. I could buy the horns there, or whatever I need there. Now, what about the rest of the costume? What am I doing?
You got to try to just dress jungle animal safari, so this top would be perfect.
I know, but it's not glitzy enough. But if I took this and maybe spray paint
but put some leopard on. I know you've got some great things in your closet.
Leopard, I know. So does my friend Rose Trentman.
Yeah, go deep in your wardrobe. Bring things to the tailor, have it pulled in, pulled out, and just do it. Less is more.
Right. But more is always better.
It is true.
So wait a minute. You do. I know you also do. See, I do my homework on you.
You do.
I do, honey. I've been tracking you. Your thing that you also do. You do this costume exchange. When is that? 2 times a year or once a year?
What we do is we get donated costumes from all sorts of places like Halloween Adventure, Abracadabra, stores here in New York, which I hope you would what do you call it when you give them money? Patronize.
We patronize. We do, because of course I know those stores.
So patronize them, and you mentioned Costume Cult, and you get a 10% discount.
Ooh.
A little secret to your audience.
And that is a good thing for me to know too. But so they're donating costumes, and so are the people
are donating to costumes, and we're also a CO3 charity.
501c3. Is that what you meant to say?
That's what I meant to say. Thank you. Thank you for filming 501c3 charity.
I'm getting all kinds of tips from this guy today, so I figured I could give a little.
I'm a little dyslexic, so
it's okay.
I say
so
it all
am I.
backwards.
We're making
I
a whole
have the numbers and letters.
It was good. It was good. I got it immediately.
We should take the show on the road.
Maybe we will. So get people to donate and people exchange. I know you put on there that you have to bring something.
Yeah. So what we
I've gotta
do
try and make one
is
of these.
we bring it to Burning Man. We're a Burning Man camp. We've been to Burning Man over 20 years.
Who is the we? Who?
We are a group. We are a collective. We are
and we are called what?
We are called Costume Cult.
Costume Cult. I wanted you to say it, and that's with the K. When you go to look it up, you're going to be blown away. K. Both
so
Ks.
We'll start with like at Burning Man. So we get all these donations. We could fill a container truck, and we usually fill a gigantic, whatchamacallit, Hertz truck, the biggest one, and we just fill it with costumes, and we create this tent called a costume dome, in
the desert.
Okay. And then we make a train called the K train, and it's labeled there, and you wait in the K train in the shade, and we have people entertaining you on the K train at Burning Man.
Is it an actual train? Is it a physical thing?
It looks like a train.
I love it.
We make a train out of vinyl and metal, and we have straps, things to hang on. People will spank you while you're online. People will tell you a poem online. So, the wait is even fun. And then once you go inside the tent, you pick whatever you want, but you got to wear it out. So you take off all your clothes if you're comfortable with it. We don't pressure anybody, but most people take off their clothes and they are reborn on the desert at Burning Man.
Amazing.
And then we make them walk the runway.
Right. I knew you did the runway.
And that's that's what I started. I've been doing it for 20 years at Burning Man.
So who came up with the concept?
I came up with the concept.
I love it. You're so brilliant. I don't care if you're dyslexic. You're brilliant.
So
many brilliant people are dyslexic. Okay. So you came up with the whole concept.
So I came up with the whole concept, but it did start with my partners. They just had a small little tent that people went in and took a few things out.
Right, but you elaborated.
But I got a megaphone, and it started.
Of course you did.
I got a megaphone, and gave them rules, made up rules that I, saw fit. And then the next year we took a plank board that I saw that was, discarded, and I painted it red. And that was our only runway. And then the runway was raised, and an extra plank board, and then it turned out to like a 35-foot runway with stairs on each side, and the antics are hilarious.
Oh, I can totally imagine. How many hours does the show go on for?
Well, we open at noon and we close around 5.
That's a fashion show, and you're not going to see Anna Wintour there, but you may see people looking like Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour. Face and stuff.
Even Paris Hilton's walked down our runway at Burning Man.
I love it.
Even Susan Sarandon stopped by and says, "I like what you're doing."
Susan Sarandon was there. Oh my God.
Smoking her joint.
Of course she did. I like it. So you also, though, offer this costume exchange. You do it in the East Village, right?
Yes.
So when can people do that?
So we'll find out through Lucky when that happens. So
it's a Lucky.
Yes, Lucky on Avenue B.
Yeah, Lucky
we do a costume exchange there, and we just.
Is that Abby?
That's Abby who runs that, and she'll be opening up another bar, so we'll have more space.
Yes, Abby's opening up. I heard that.
And so we do a few things there, but mostly when we have our events, from time to time, we'll let you know if we have costumes available for you.
Yeah, please, because
for you to grab.
I would be more likely to do this if I thought it were easier. When I see you, you're so done all the time. I'm like, I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
And then your Costume Cult people. I think you guys did the thing at the National Arts Club one year.
Yes, we do. I also MC there at the National Arts Club.
Completely intimidating. The costume. It's
called the Bonnet Bash.
I went one year, and Daryl Thorne, who's amazingly brilliant, was there. He does incredible headpieces.
He is the premier performance artist of New York. And I'm actually
gorgeous man,
his 50th birthday this weekend.
You're going to his
upstate,
50th?
Yeah, upstate New York.
Where upstate is he?
It's upstate, somewhere near Woodstock.
Oh, cool.
It's a secret location that I don't even know yet. All I know is that I'm emceeing on Saturday night.
Oh, how fabulous.
So speaking of Daryl Thorne, maybe I let the cat out of the bag.
Well, no, that's okay. Meow, meow. But I'm going to make sure I go on your social media pages to see the pictures. Christopher, I have to tell you, in terms of coverage, she don't edit. There'll be like 70 to 80 pictures up there. And sometimes I think I am the only one that goes through and I put hearts. That's what I do. I look at them. There's people that do it.
I am on Facebook. I take a lot of pictures.
You do, but they're great.
And even the bad ones, because I learned in college. I took arts. Took art in college. I have a fine art degree, actually.
Wow, I'm not
And I
surprised.
had a teacher that said, every picture has value.
I love that. And it
Every
stuck with
picture
you.
has value.
So we don't edit. Every picture has value.
And like, I saw everything, and I always loved the crappy, blurry ones. But
I always
carried a camera. Like every time I went out, every vacation, I have so many hard copies of
when we used to print things. Now it's like,
and it's incredible. Like I, had a camera when I went to, Andy Warhol's birthday party at the Palladium.
Amazing.
Like I have pictures that Andy Warhol.
I didn't think you were around then.
Well, I was 16 at the time.
Okay. So was I. So yeah, you've been doing this for a long time, and back in that time, because I was out, I didn't start taking pictures. So honestly, till we got into these digital cameras, and it became super easy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have 250 photo albums, lots of pictures from Studio 54 and things. None of the new stuff, since we do digital now, nothing's printed anymore. There's something to be said about those prints and those photo albums, especially from those days, right?
Yeah.
Right. The feeling that you got. I don't know anything about your history. How is it we didn't know each other before this?
We were ghosts haunting the same house, I think.
I love it. That can happen.
You were on the top floor. I was in the basement.
Oh, he made me a top, and he made me a top.
You in the penthouse, I was in the basement.
Right. Well, also what happens, I explain this to people. That
Can I put my arm around you?
Yes, you can. People often say to me, they've been in New York 30 years performing. They're like, how come I didn't meet you until like last year or the year before? And I figured out it's like pieces on a chessboard in the universe, right? And they just keep getting moved around. And unfortunately, some of those pieces get taken off because those people transition to the other side. And then a lot of the time it's those of us that are still there.
Yeah.
Right. I wrote a book, She's the Last Model Standing, but it really applies to New York nightlife and everything.
Yeah, that's an interesting parallel.
Right. We're the ones that are still standing.
Well, I remember meeting you at the Leslie Lohman Gallery. It was Stephen Love Menendez had a photo.
Oh,
thing.
Right. That's where we met the first time.
I came in a gingham, a three-piece gingham suit.
It was.
And you and your friend Jack were like, oh my God, how do we not know you? What is your name?
Right.
And like, we fast became friends, and then we started seeing each other at events more often.
Turning up at the same
and
events.
That was great.
Right.
It was so great meeting you. And I remember that day, and we could probably pinpoint the day knowing what day Stephen Love Menendez was there, who we were both friends with.
So Stephen Love Menendez, I've worked with a lot of photographers. I have to say that Stephen Love Menendez is just incredible. There's no ego involved. All he wants is for you to feel beautiful and comfortable and everything that you want to be. And he does everything he can do to make it that way. And even when he's done, because I'm like a stickler with, I want some realism, but not 100%. Yeah. And he's putting the pictures up on the computer. I'm like, can you make my waist come in a little bit more there? And like a quarter of an inch, right? A quarter of an inch off the thigh. Thank you very much. But just, he's a brilliant photographer and an incredible human being. I mean, I want to give a shout out because this is Pride Month, and that's why one of the reasons I'm so excited.
Happy Pride to everybody.
Happy Pride to everybody. But Stephen is the one responsible for all those small flags in the triangle.
And I help with those flags too. I've been doing it for the last 8 years, and then we just put up the new flag on the next day on June 2nd. We put it up on the giant flagpole.
Yay! And
right out of Stonewall.
It's amazing that we have that flag because, again, last night I was at the city council and Julie Menon spoke. I did not realize that when that flag got taken down, she was the one, and it was said last night on the horn with the Parks Department, nope, this is unacceptable. The flag is going back up. And she went down there because I couldn't figure out how so many people got so organized to get that flag up right away, right? It was incredible. So yeah, these are wonderful things we can talk about during Pride Month. Speaking of which, like, so what's on your Pride agenda?
Well, one thing you didn't mention that I probably didn't tell you is for 5 years, I was the MC for the Pride Parade. So
I didn't know that. I did it every year.
I started, I got asked.
You're perfect.
From someone that saw me at a costume cult event.
There you go.
And the same thing with Masquerade. Somebody saw me at a costume cult event and they're like, oh my God, you got to be in our show. So somebody saw me and I started on A Street and then I slowly worked my way up into the grandstands. I don't do it anymore. It's
great, because I've done it every year.
Yeah,
how did I miss you?
I've probably seen you and like I was in a crazy costume.
Right, and I was sweating and complaining.
Yeah,
like I do every year, but
yeah.
I do it every year.
You know, and
I love that.
We, you know, it was someone else's job to make sure that they say exactly what the group is. My job was just to keep the fun going. So
okay, I have to tell you then, I did your job 2 years ago with Tym Moss and Icavelli, and they put us down. We were downtown, almost near where it ends. It's where the
that weird triangle.
Yeah, the triangle. That's so funny. You said, honey, we've been passing ships in the night.
Yes.
But I had the best time because yes, you're supposed to keep the energy going, but by the time they got to us,
they were deflated.
And they were deflated, and we're screaming. Icavelli, the comedian, Tym Moss, my co-host, comedian, actor, were shrieking at the crowd, coming up with the worst jokes to keep everyone going. But they did laugh. And you know what? It's so inspiring. Admit it.
Yeah.
No matter what state the marchers are in,
and
to be able to do that.
Right.
Like, they're appreciative.
It was a fun, memorable time.
Oh, I wish we could have done it with you.
Well, we could probably get something together. Unfortunately, my Pride plans, I'm emceeing a wedding for a couple that I introduced at Costume Cult.
Oh my God, where is there?
So the wedding is going to be in Great Neck, Long Island.
Great Neck, Long Island.
Yeah, it's a very bougie wedding.
Wow.
And you wouldn't know, these guys dress as what do you call it? They dress as intergalactic space.
So it's a space wedding?
It's not a space wedding. It's a traditional wedding.
But they're known for their intergalactic.
But everybody will be costumed. They're dressed like Renaissance couture.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Like high-end Renaissance couture. So
that's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so that's what I've got billed to MC that event.
Yay.
But the Friday before Pride,
that's the drag march.
I'm going to do the drag march.
You are.
I'm going to make an appearance real quick.
And I have terrible news that I'm going to share with everybody. This is the first year I have an event out of town in Philly that day. I will not be making it back in time, and it's the first year. But this is what I explain to people: I cannot be everywhere at once.
Yes, no, you can't.
And I feel like everybody wants a piece of me all the time, and you must feel that too. We can't be everywhere at once. My first year missing the drag march breaks my heart, but of course I will be at Pride with the Imperial Court of New York.
Yes,
as I've been marching with them the last couple of years. So yeah, it's all good. You know what? You said a show before, and I'm not going to gloss over it. Christopher completely blew me away when I read it on Facebook that he was in Masquerade.
That's correct.
That's a huge coup. Mm-hmm. Can you share with our audience what Masquerade is about?
Masquerade is the redo of Phantom of the Opera. It's playing at Lee's Art Shop. They've taken over a 6th floor art shop, and the name Lee's Art Shop is still there. So
I remember Lee's Art Shop.
Yeah,
57th Street.
Correct.
Yeah.
The signage is still there. It was actually a 6th floor art studio, and they've transformed it into a theater.
I love that. Repurposed. We call that repurposing.
Correct.
We like that.
And it's beautiful. It's exquisite. And you move. You don't sit down. The audience moves throughout, and you go through 6 different vignettes.
I love that.
And you could have 4 Phantoms and 4 Christines, and you're separated, and you go down. And once you...
So it's a little Sleep No More-ish style. Yeah.
So a few people from the Sleep No More community are part of this. And then when they come at the end of the show, there is a speakeasy nightclub called Nocturne, and that's where I am your host.
I figured.
So I'm your host, and there's some ladies dancing, and there's atmosphere. You could stay.
Okay, I'm totally going. You said I just had to let you know when I want to come.
Yeah.
I definitely. It's a definite. I have a question. So the thing I loved about Sleep No More, it was really freaking scary. I got separated. This is not scary. Is it sexy though? It would be sexy.
Very sexy.
Very sexy.
It's
okay.
Very
if we can't
sexy.
have scary, we'll take
and
sexy.
You know, if you're coming with your partner, expect to be separated.
Wow.
You know.
Wow. No, I'm coming with my gaggle of gays.
Yeah. It's fun and it's a great place. So I was like, I'm delighted to be part of that.
So great.
And
You're so
it's
perfect
great.
for that.
And right now I'm on a little bit of hiatus because I took a job with Annette Bening and Adam Sandberg for the new movie 42.6.
I love it. I took a job with Annette Bening. Okay, come on. You can't throw that out here without going into more detail.
Yeah, so I needed a week to work on this project, without spilling too much. Annette Bening falls in love. But Adam Sandberg gets cryogenically frozen at 18. And then
I love Adam Sandberg. Come on, this is great.
Adam Sandberg.
Sandberg, yeah.
Yes, and then he comes back 42.6 years later, and he finds his ex-girlfriend, but she's in her 60s now.
Right.
And they fall in love. Wait, there's a phone call for me. It's Annette.
Annette,
I can't take it now. I'm being interviewed by Wendy Stuart. Please.
That's so fun. So you shot that already, or you're going to be shooting it?
We shot it. So I took a little bit of hiatus, and I'm going upstate this week, and so I'm on temporary hiatus, but I'll be back.
I love it. Temporary hiatus, and we are very lucky to have gotten you here today. Well, what I want to do next is I forgot which clip we're showing. One of them, believe it or not, was too big. Has anyone told you that you're too big?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It was too big. We tried.
Yeah, so I can't give you 12 inches, but I can give you 6 inches twice. Try the veal.
All right. Well, but you sent 2 pieces. So here we go. We're going to show.
Oh, I don't know what you're...
Hornball. We finished with a hornball. So many costumes, so little time.
Yeah.
So I have to stroll back on memory lane with you, and you're an actor, you're an MC, you are all these things. Okay. I evolved into that because I didn't know my ass from my elbow when I came to New York. I actually had a regular job, which didn't last.
Mm-hmm.
How did it happen for you?
I've always been theatrical.
You're kidding. I couldn't have guessed.
Yes.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Long Island.
Okay, Long Island.
I'm one of 9 children.
Wow, that's interesting. And you were probably the standout.
No, I was the quiet one.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're Irish?
It's similar. Yeah. English,
Irish,
yeah. Yeah. Of that ilk.
9
we grew
kids.
up Catholic. I went to 12 years of Catholic school.
I got the and you had told me that once before, but I get that.
I love throwing that thing in there.
But it is, you know what? There is something about you that I would have said, Catholic school. You can kind of spot, you never lose it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because you are outrageous, but you are not like Kevin Avian's outwardly outrageous. We know all these outwardly outrageous. The Catholic school ones can be the biggest freaks on the face of the earth, but it's internalized and it comes out in performance or costuming or whatever.
So I have to say, my whole family, there was a Grease party or a 50s party at our church. And everybody came in costume, and I won the Grease album.
You did.
That was really
that your first shut out of the bag?
Yeah, I was like, wow. I was like so happy.
So you were like hooked.
Yeah, and we grew up because I had a lot of older brothers. Like I'm the 7th child. We always had not 1 but 2 giant steamer trunks of costumes. Like
because costuming was part
we just had that. We always had a Halloween costume.
As kids, you all had that.
A week, 2, 3 weeks before, we would look through it and find something and try something on, and that was always there.
I love that.
And when my parents sold the house, I'm like, oh. So all those costumes went to Burning Man.
Oh my God! Of course they were repurposed for Burning Man.
So someone in the world is wearing costumes from a family
from your childhood.
Yeah.
That had to be traumatic for you when they sold the house.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, that is a traumatic
thing.
It
was, because I had a gigantic bedroom and another walk-in closet, and I live in a studio in New York.
Right. So. I was going to say you never lived like that again.
Yeah.
I'm getting the feeling you come from this large supportive family.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anything kind of went. The
Anything
parents
kind of
thought
went,
the boys and girls
whatever we wanted. My brother wanted to be a professional baseball player. There's like doctors, nurses. My oldest brother wanted to take off and just go to Colorado and live in the mountains.
Everything was good with your. I get that feeling, and I never met them. That is a very special thing, especially since. By the time you were growing up, 9 kids was not that common.
No.
But years ago it used to be, but 9 kids wasn't. What'd your dad do? What did your mom do?
My father was an investment broker for Smith Barney.
And he had 9 kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was at work at 7 a.m. and he worked quite late.
I'm sure.
And he had like a pretty good job.
Yeah, I would think.
And he was a Marine, and he was pretty high up there. I think a corporal in the Marines. My mother was a concert pianist.
So I'm looking for that creative gene.
Yeah, so she was a concert pianist, and then she got a scholarship to Miami University in Ohio, where she met my father. But my mom taught art and music at the school that I attended.
She had to be so proud of you.
Yeah, she ran the musicals with the science teacher. So they got together, and she did all the sheet music and did all the piano for it.
How amazing.
She was a very shy, reserved person.
I know, but she was working, and she had 9 kids. This is like, and ahead of her time, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the background I come from.
Well, that's impressive. Is anyone else in your family? So how many sisters do you have?
There's 6 boys, 3 girls.
Okay, yeah, I kind of figured that it was less girls. And you're, of course, in touch with everybody. I'm sure they're thrilled at what you do. Yeah,
we play Wordle every day.
I love this.
Every day.
No, it's so great when you talk to people and they have this incredibly positive upbringing. Good for you. And I can tell believe it or not, what I liked about you when I met you, you are outrageous, but you're also very centered, you're real comfortable in your own skin. A lot of people could be in our world, and a lot of actors, they are not comfortable in their own skin. You're comfortable in your own skin. You know who Christopher is, and you're happy.
Yeah.
You're happy doing your thing.
Yeah.
So you moved from Long Island to New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big stretch. I moved from the Bronx to New York.
No, especially because we were hanging out in Washington Square Park and smoking clove cigarettes.
Clove cigarettes.
So we were coming
with
in.
Your brothers. Wow.
No, I came in with my brothers to buy fireworks in Chinatown, but I came in to hang out with all the punk kids from the neighborhood to take a train to the city and hang out in Washington Square
Did you
Park.
identify with punk at the
Punk and new wave? Yeah,
you
that
did.
was my music growing up. You know,
Wow.
there was a
Even
radio station called WLIR.
I remember, of course,
So
right?
WLIR was very influential on me, and it turned to WDRE. And I actually won a radio contest at WDRE. They were asking for 8 people to go across the country with Depeche Mode. And
I read that about you. You brought it up. I'm glad, because I wanted to ask you. First of all, I love Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
The lead singer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dave Gahan. He's great. And so they had a radio contest, and it was being filmed by D.A. Pennebaker, who did rock documentaries. You know?
My God.
And so they had an audition at Malibu nightclub on a Sunday night, and hundreds upon hundreds of people showed up.
Yeah.
And they just filmed around, and then they asked 100 people got a number, and then they asked you a couple of questions, and I didn't hear it from anybody. And then I get a call, and
of course you did.
I got a call, and it was on my home phone, and I hung up on them.
People used to call on the home phone.
They called me on the home phone, and believe me, it was tough getting a call when you have 9 brothers.
No, I know
sisters.
you had a home phone.
Yeah,
you had a couple of extensions.
No, we did not.
Wow.
I think I got my own phone later in life, but I don't think I did. And I hung up on them because I blamed my friend. Right? I blamed my friend. I'm like, listen, I'm expecting a call. They were going to call this weekend. Don't call me. And then they called right after. And I'm like, oh, they're like, no, it's for real. You're going on the road with Depeche Mode.
Okay. I'm sorry. There's nothing more you can tell me after this, and you've done some incredible things, but I have to tell you, that's it. It'll never be bigger than that. No. How old were you?
Oh, I lied about my age. I was 17.
17. You got to go on the road. Where you went to California?
Yeah, we went all on a bus, on a tour bus.
What did you have to do?
Nothing. We just had to go to the concerts and hang out.
Oh my God.
And they just filmed us backstage and, drinking and partying.
How long was it? How long a tour was that?
We were gone for 10 days. And
okay, that is amazing.
We ended up at the Pasadena Rose Bowl, which was their 101st concert. That's why it's called Depeche Mode 101.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was Depeche Mode nice to you?
Yeah, they were all nice. And there was a lot of clips they did not put in the movie for obvious reasons.
Right. Was there like a lot of sex and drugs?
No. That'll be in my tell-all book, though.
Oh, when is that coming out? We have to talk about your tell-all book.
In 20 years. It's going to take a while. I'm only up to kindergarten right now.
The last Christopher standing. we all have to have listening. No, yeah. that is like amazing. I think, and your parents were perfectly okay at 17 years of age.
Yeah,
they were like, cool. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
One less kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. One less kid. Oh, we won't miss them at dinner. You had an empty chair at dinner.
Yeah.
They were all good with it. So you did that, and you came to New York. What were some of your first things that happened to you in New York?
Well, we were definitely club kids.
You were. What was your club?
We went to Tunnel.
I was there all the time. That was my favorite.
We went to Quick. I remember taking cabs to
Never
Quick.
Went there. Went to Tunnel.
And Limelight was huge.
Loved Limelight. So you were like before Michael Alig.
No, with Michael Alig.
Okay, I was good before that. I knew
we were a little bit before that too. We grew up with Michael Alig.
I can't believe I never met you before.
Michael Alig was a good friend of mine. Sorry to say.
No, he was a good friend of a lot of people. I think the drugs he sapped.
It took a turn, and then there just comes a time in your life you just have to pull back from a scene, and we pulled back because it just got crazy, and the club kids were just like crazy.
It was getting out of control.
They were a little like low bar for us.
Right. It got out of control.
Yeah, and it did get out of control. So we pulled back, but I have fond memories of him. You know, I don't condone what he did, but that's the era I grew up in.
Well, it was the era, and people did go crazy from drugs and starting to really live and believe in an altered reality, and that's messed up when that happens.
Yeah,
you never went to the Saint, or
I did go to the Saint.
You did. Okay. I started out at the Saint.
I only went. I was way too young.
You would have been
we always
so
got turned
young.
away.
Right.
And I had to I couldn't always get my brother's ID. I had to either steal it or borrow it. And it was the paper one, or I had mine.
Right. They had right there the paper.
It works sometimes, but actually one of the times I went to the Saint, one of the casting directors from ABC After School Specials spotted me.
Okay, wait, you got it. I'm holding you right there. A casting director from an ABC After School special at the Saint. You got to say it.
Well, I was leaving the Saint, and I had very blonde hair at the time, like platinum blonde. I'd been dyeing my hair platinum blonde, and so she's like, "Hey, do you do camera film work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure,
whatever you need."
She's like,
right?
"Are you available to be in this ABC After School special?" And to look it up, Ben Affleck is the boy, and Madeline Kahn's in that one.
Oh my God!
So it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit.
This is like this kind of stuff continually happens to you, and that's what's very interesting to me. And the universe, you are your own orbit, Christopher. You are, and things get attracted to you.
Yeah,
and you do them. And then you move on to the next thing. But you seem like you fully experience everything.
I always seem to be in the right place at the right time. I really have a knack for that. And it's just crazy. Like, I'll find money twice in one day, like at least once a week.
Okay, that's a definite sign, right?
Like, I'm always finding money on the ground.
Here's a few extra dollars for you, Christopher, to get you through your week. Did you ever have, I had a regular job for a year and then that was it. I didn't do well at a regular job.
I've never had a regular job.
That was going to be my question. So you kind of went, like I went from thing to thing, and then I was doing many things, and now I'm doing more things than ever. But is that your story?
Yeah. So when I moved to New York in 1990, I moved to a building called Red Square.
Oh, I remember that building.
It's still there.
Wow.
But it was when Kremlin and all the Russian artifacts were on the building. So I had been working in Long Island with a company called Showstoppers. It was a very successful performance troupe.
And do you remember La Masquerade?
Yes.
I was with La Masquerade.
Oh my God.
I was Liza. I had to wear a big Liza head and be at bar mitzvahs, and these old men would go, "Liza, come sit on my lap." They would play New York. Oh my God, I'm triggered. I cannot believe you were with Showstoppers.
Bernie, you worked for Bernie.
Bernie and the other brother had a name that began with a B.
Yeah, Bernie and something.
And we had sets. We had a punk rock set. We had a fairy tale set.
MC Hammer set.
But they liked me, so I would sometimes get two shows or
2 gigs
events in one day, which, let me tell you, and you'll vouch for me on this, exhausting. In and out of those costumes, and it's for the bar mitzvahs were a horror show. These were bar mitzvahs that were like over $100,000.
Yeah.
And those kids, a lot of them,
it was rough.
I remember going after one of the kids in my punk rock costume, and I'm like, "You little SOB. You come near me again, because he touched me." I'm like, I threatened him. He's like, "I'm telling my parents you threatened me." I said, "I'll deny it."
Well, that's what I say when they get out of hand. I'm like, "Where are your parents right now?
Where are your parents right now? Go to your parents."
Yeah,
I can't believe you were with Showstoppers. So you did probably all the places I did in Long Island and New Jersey.
All the same old. As a matter of fact, we were in Hawaii.
Oh, I never got to go to Hawaii
because Masquerade was there at the same time.
But I was never one. They never asked me to go to Hawaii. I did Long Island and New Jersey.
Okay.
Now I'm jealous, Christopher.
Sorry. And we opened up for Bill Cosby for a Taco Bell industrial.
Wow.
So we started doing industrials. So we got away from the bar mitzvah world.
Right. I was in the bar mitzvah world. So you guys had already moved on to industrial.
They were still doing them for bread and butter and from their old clients, but they had gotten the niche for these industrials, and I was making money, so that afforded me to move to New York.
Tell people what industrials are. They're corporate
events.
Ka-ching.
They're corporate events that companies have in-house, and it's like a party, and they have like customized entertainment, and and like Broadway show knockoffs. Being that we were a New York troupe, they wanted like Broadway show things, so of course we did like Chorus Line and Phantom. I was the Phantom,
you played the
ironically, that's what it was. It was like these great little gigs, and a lot of times they were away. We went to like Hawaii and Florida and Puerto Rico, and like,
I never got to travel to any of those places.
Insane.
But I know the kind of money you had to be making doing that.
Yeah, so I was putting, and I remember my mom saying, she's like, "Thank you so much for paying for your college."
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's
so like
incredible.
She knew tuition was coming up, so I'm like, I could afford it, and I did it.
Okay, you have to get a book out there.
Yeah.
No, because we love telling these stories on this show. This is inspirational to people. You did it. That's very, very impressive.
To answer your question,
which one?
Never had a job in
You never
New York.
You never had a job.
I lied. I was a waiter for 3 months at NYU for a place called Violet Cafe.
Oh, okay.
And that was it. I was a waiter because my roommates were all waiters, and I figured that's what I have to do.
Waiter gig's got to be good.
So
right?
I took 3 days a week. It was the lunch shift, but I was a terrible waiter.
You were.
I had ADD, HD before they even knew what it was.
No, I know that he has.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And I would give people their meals, and they're like, they're checking. They're like, we didn't even get our food.
Right. I'm sorry, that's hilarious.
I was like, oh my God, it was terrible. Right. And like I would like just get lost in space and like just be daydreaming and looking at all the college people like, walking at the door, and like, I was not good at it,
But you know what? The point is, it doesn't matter. And right now we're living in a society where there's so much pressure put on kids with college loans and schools that cost a fortune. And now they're coming out, and it's the thing, nobody can get a job, right? For anyone who's listening, there's something out there for everyone. Listen to what Christopher's saying. He was a terrible waiter. All right. Did he go and like lock himself in his room and get all funky about it? No, you just went on to the
and looked for work. And
I went on to the net. Right. You used to use Backstage also.
Yeah,
Backstage. Every Thursday it came out.
We would get it early Wednesday or late Wednesday night.
It was like Wednesday night, right? At the newsstand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you would get all your gigs from there. Now you can't do that anymore, but we've got great online stuff, Casting Network, Actors Access. I've actually booked jobs from that. I mean, is it like just a big heaping pile of stuff now? Yeah, it is. Back when we did it, I don't know if you remember Two Guys Stores. Yes. So no kidding. I did so many commercials for them. I never even went on an audition. All right. And it turned into like, I did a lot of commercials for them, and they were on location. I was booked from a picture because they thought I had a nice smile. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen anymore. You know,
now they want your Instagram, they want your socials, they don't want a headshot anymore. They want a real selfie now.
They want a real selfie. I just submitted myself to something this morning. I had to make a tape before I saw you as a bill collector on the phone. I had to shoot it 3 different ways. Then they wanted a recent headshot, so I shot a picture of myself this morning. But we are forced to do everything now. It's crazy. Which is why when you told me you got into La Masquerade from somebody that knew you, a lot of the work I get now, I work with my friends a lot of the time, people that know me. What the audition process has become is actually painful. It's not that we don't like putting ourselves on camera. It's just freaking
it's so
torture.
hard. It's like I do better when I'm live. When you see me live, I'm stolid when I have to be at home and like pressing buttons.
Right. Like who are you?
I look terrible.
I'm loving this. No, I'm loving this conversation because I'm like, what's wrong with me? Everybody else does this. Why do I go through such a head thing? And you know what? I've got the lights. I've got it down. I even have a shoot wardrobe. But when I get a script now, and now they give art director directions, how they want it framed.
Yes.
And hello, did any of us
like
sign up for that?
A long shot. I'm
right.
Like, oh my
God, right. A long shot for this one. And then, and can we have it 3 different ways? No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't have it 3 different ways.
I once put a thing on my WeTransfer. You have all these things you got to put on WeTransfer.
WeTransfer, right. It is one of the easier things. So I like it better than Dropbox.
I just submitted the wrong thing. I was in a rush because I was leaving town. I had to catch a train.
Yeah, right.
And I submitted something that had nothing to do with the commercial. And I booked it.
Oh my God. Okay,
True
great story.
story.
Yeah, that's great. And that's a true story.
It was for like a it was like a bread company or something.
What did
like
you
that.
submit?
And I submitted me holding what I was doing was holding and what do you call it? You put in your ear.
Earpiece?
Hearing aid.
Hearing aid.
And I had to hold the hearing aid like this and look at it like this and look at the hearing and put it here and like.
That's what you submitted
and
for
I
a bread
submitted
company?
for the bread company.
Wait, isn't there a saying? What's that got to do with a slice of bread? I bet you whoever was watching knew that saying. That's what has that got to do with a slice of bread? That's very funny.
Yeah.
You know what? You seem like you do whatever you do. You move on to the next thing, and there is a lesson to be learned. You have a really positive attitude, and I'm sure you get that from everybody.
Yeah.
You're great. People like to have you. People like to have me around because they're like, you lift up, you light up the room. I do, because that's who I am.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't have a bad day. I walk in here at Pangea, where we're broadcasting from. I'm bitching and moaning half the time about, the world and the government and all of that, but that does not cloud who I am or what I'm about. We have to just keep doing it. We
do have to march on and carry on and not hold negativity and
no,
you can't let everything bother you here in New York.
No, you can't, because then everything would be
but I do react to everything.
Right. What do you call a reaction?
I'll be at a store and there's 8 people waiting in line. I'm like, can we get any more registers open? I will shout that out.
Okay. That's Christopher's reaction. Mine is even far worse than that. The earbud thing. And I was trying to get off the train, and this person with their freaking buds on. You know what? I'm thrilled that you can have your subway experience. I must have yelled 4 or 5 times. I started out nicely, completely freaking oblivious. Only woke up when I physically ripped those earbuds out of his ears and then looked at me like I had done the worst thing on the face of the earth. People, keep in mind, okay, there's other human beings around you. Mm-hmm. Just like you said, can we get somebody at the register? Yeah, we're good, but don't push us.
Yeah.
Don't push us, because we'll take charge of the situation and try and make it work.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. At least the person didn't turn around and hit me or punch me. I do want to just jump back because you've done the Bette Midler Halloween party.
Yes.
What is that like?
So,
what's Bette like?
Bette is wonderful and fun to work with. And we did the first Halloween ball, and we did it for many, many, many years at the Waldorf Astoria.
Love it.
And that's where my devil costume, she wanted a devil. So I came up with a shirtless devil, and I painted my body all red. And I'm like, I went to the nines, and they ended up making a postcard out of it. And so I was just her little sidekick on stage.
I love it.
She had some sort of angel costume as her first.
Of course,
thing,
that's the perfect foil.
So I was just kind of like her date, and we followed her around. We did it next year. We got to meet Rosie O'Donnell and hang out with her.
What's Rosie like?
Rosie is grumpy, and she's like
she's
us.
Grumpy, huh?
Yeah, she's very grumpy, and she just doesn't look like she wants to be there.
Wow.
She actually said during the second year, she's like, "Oh, yeah, the devil again." I'm like,
because that's a little negative.
Yeah, because this year, that year was okay. That year had a different thing, and Bette was doing a different version of the. They just wanted me be the devil again, so I made a variation of it, and
of course you did.
That's the first thing
exactly.
that she says.
Oh, yeah, the devil.
But it was interesting, watching, because I got to watch all the VIPs come in, and I'm like, the biggest VIP was Patty Hearst came.
Love it,
Patty Hearst, and I'm like, I broke character, and I'm like, you're such a great actress. She's like, thank you.
That's really funny.
It was really great.
Okay, but you remembered when Patty Hearst was
I know what Patty Hearst is, but she revived herself in the John Waters.
No, she did. She completely revived. Yeah. Did you ever see anyone switch gears?
Yeah. And she was in the John Waters film in the Serial Mom movie, and I was like, I went up
she
to
was
her.
Great.
Yeah, and
she turned into a legitimate commercial entity. From what was it, the Symbionese Liberation Army or something like that?
Yeah.
It's amazing if you're a
PLO,
socialite.
something
PLO,
like that.
right? Palestine Liberation, right? Whatever it was. Patty, she redid herself. I love it. And she loved your compliment.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, you were so
She
good
was
in that
stunned.
movie.
She was stunned.
Wow,
And
wow.
it was really funny. And, you know, Rosie was the one before her. And, you know, I'm just I get hired to be a plant at these parties. So the paparazzi can take a picture with the stars to make it look like it's Halloween.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and they're not going to pull some Joe out of the crowd.
No,
so,
and they know if they hire you, you're
Yeah.
going to do it to the nines.
Yeah, and my favorite gig like that. So I got involved with an agency that put me on all these like kind of celebrity weird gigs, and my next one was to be Isabella Rossellini State for the Central Park Conservancy, and I had it dressed as a gargoyle. So every time she spoke, I had to like perch next to her as a gargoyle.
As a gargoyle?
Yeah, and there was
That's
this
hilarious.
Fabulous costume they made for me. It was
so that you didn't even have to come up with it.
No.
I was going to say, how did you?
Yeah, they had that.
That's
for
great,
me.
and you were.
And it was, yeah,
she's a really wonderful.
And she was
person.
really sweet and really great, and like we just hung out. Like I took my,
I am your gargoyle.
Yeah, I just couldn't just hang out and drank, and like she treated me like I was her date all night.
I think that is hilarious. I mean, come on, look at this. All right, pressure's on. You better write that book.
Okay.
Seriously.
I need people like you to interview me to like bring these stories
well, we have
up.
this interview, but I'm more than happy to bring the stories out. You know,
right. So if there's any ghostwriters out there that think this story is interesting, find me, find Wendy.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a friend who's a ghostwriter. She is expensive. I use
with what you're paying
somebody.
Me for this interview, I think I can afford it.
We're paying in Twinkies today. Chris, can you pull the Twinkies up to the camera? I thought that this was the perfect craft services.
Oh wait, I have to turn it upside down.
Right. We have to get our advertising great.
Yeah.
I thought this was perfect. Craft services for our guest today, Twinkies, smooth and golden on the outside, lots of cream on the inside. Do you remember that show?
Yes,
and
I do.
Then we moved on to ho-hos after that.
Mm-hmm.
Ho, ho, ho.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking of hoes, what's next for you?
Well, this week I'm going to go home and put some costumes together and make some costumes and stitch. I'm doing Daryl Thorne's birthday party extravaganza.
Yeah, you have to be like on point for that.
I want to look good for that, and you know I'm emceeing that, so that's going to be super fun. And then I'm going to spend the summer enjoying New York and all the movies, rooftop movies, everything.
Call me, ring me up. I go to all that.
I'm a great tourist in New York.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Staycations. I love. I find so much to do every day in New York. I find a new adventure to go on.
I'm not at all surprised.
Every day.
It's amazing here. Yeah.
And then I'm going to audition more for SAG roles because I want my SAG insurance.
Right.
So I try to look at my numbers and try to book some gigs.
Well, see, when the closer you get to Medicare, that won't be an issue anymore.
I know. I can't wait for Medicare.
I like Medicare's right around the corner. You are so fabulous. I always like to take a picture at the end. When Tim is here, he knows how to do it on the computer. Mm-hmm. But because I'm technically broken, for someone technically broken, I don't do all that bad. But I'm going to take a picture of our screen and then we'll do regular camera.
Okay.
So, okay. I think we have to look at the green light. Good. All right. I need you looking, right into there. I need your face. Great. I think we look good. Do a couple. Come a little closer. Cool. That's great. And then we can do it with our phones. What do we do before our phones?
It's hard looking in the green. And plus we're switched around on this camera.
I know. We're ass backwards.
But let's do this.
Yes, we can do that too. Right. Aren't you happy we're wasting your time with this? There we go.
I wore my Divine shirt for you.
I love it.
You can't really see it.
How could you know that I'm working on a Divine song right now?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Made of Love?
No. You Think You're a Man.
Yeah. But you're only a boy.
You think you're a man. So we have some comments today that I want to read. I always read the comments. Momo Cabrera, thank you for tuning in. Okay, this is where Wendy gets a little challenge. Put the cursor here. There's supposed to be something that makes the thing go up and down. Our wonderful friend, Suze Belge Genero, designer extraordinaire. makes costumes like nobody's business. Her work is really great. Thank you. Our beautiful Rose Trentman, thank you for being there. And Rose tunes in every week, and Rose goes to a lot of nightlife stuff. And we also have, I just saw JC Augustine. Yay.
Who was just in a fabulous play about rats.
He put the whole play, he wrote it and everything. And I just saw JC Augustine because Tim and I emceed Theater for the New City on the Friday night. We had a great time, and we got to perform too. So yeah, I love Theater for the New City. You would love it too.
I went Saturday.
You went Saturday
to see Stephen Love's premiere of his film Stonewall,
which I premiered that at the Art House over in New Jersey. We did the LGBTQ Film Festival. Ike Avelli and I hosted it. Jed Ryan and Clover Welsh produced it. And I'm dropping their names because I work with them all the time. I just finished a third film with Jed Ryan and Clover Honey. I play Wendy the witch who owns a nightclub. I know, talk about typecasting. Anyway, it's all good. We love to work with our friends. Isn't that always the best? I even got to work with Christopher. You cast me as an artist with a beret, and it was for a corporate thing. It was so much fun. I had a good time.
Yes, we worked at River Park.
That was far, right?
It was probably for like Google or some corporation.
Yeah, I think it was some corporation.
Yeah, it was like another industrial.
It wasn't, and we really had a good time. And I was dressed like Pablo Picasso. I don't know who, but crazy. I had the whole thing going on. I still have that beret and the artist. You never know when I'm going to have to use that again.
Yeah, it was a good costume.
You are the absolute best. Have a fabulous weekend. I'm so jealous.
Thank you for having me.
I could just spit that you're going to be at Daryl Thorne's party. But I'll be getting an award.
Upstate.
I am for Catskill Pride, which is, I'm not going to be all that far from where you are. And I'm very, very excited about that. And we have a lot of cool people that are going to be at that. Yeah, it's so good. Live each day, folks. Make each day the absolute best you can. Okay, because you know what? None of us have any guarantees about the future. And that's how I live my life. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.